Good evening. This is the market update for buy sell short for Tuesday, June 5th. Last couple of days, we have had some consolidation in the market after the big sell off we had on Friday, thanks to the way disappointing jobs report. We have the Fed, Bernanke talking to Congress on Thursday. We've got a Fed meeting next week. And, there's a lot of chatter out there about QE3, which is sort of supporting us right now. But looking at the market, last couple of days, even with the big sell-off we had on Friday, we're actually starting to see trades develop. And by that I mean we're starting to see traders interested in buying nice breakout charts. And that I view as a positive sign. Much of this year, we've been really stuck in a market where traders will only chase crap that is up and up big. And that is not a healthy market. And as you can see, we had that decent sized sell-off that we've had over the last month or so. As a result, which is what has been my belief really over the last couple of months in this really, really bad market. There is also a stat out there. I got to actually look and see what the actual return rates are. But in a presidential election cycle, we typically have a sell-off in May and then a rally from June through August. Now, that could be shaping up given how bad the month of May was. I believe there was only 4 positive days in the entire month of May for the market. We do not have earnings report until July, so that gives us, 4 to 5 weeks for them to jam this market nicely higher and get us a nice little summer rally. Typically, we see an extended sell-off right now, but the market was so bad so early this year, and given the cyclical trends of a rally this time of the year when there's an election for the president, things are looking positive right now. Now, I will add a little bit of an asterisk mark on that comment. Europe can come out with any sort of news and torpedo what we're seeing right now. But, the market is getting really, really tight of Europe. The Europeans are going to continue to flounder around. We do have Greece elections next week. If there's any sort of hint that the moderates are going to get elected, that will be viewed as positive in the market. We've got the G7 meeting going on. They're going to kick the can down the road. And we'll probably see nice up and down moves based on what noise comes out of Europe. If we get no noise out of Europe, I believe the markets are set up for a decent-sized rally over the next month. As you can see on the 15-minute chart, we are a tad bit overbought, which is crazy to say with the market only up 30 points today after the big sell-off we had last week. We get a better view, though, on the daily chart. Looks like 12K has held. I view that as a positive. If we are able to build upon that and break through this resistance level on this bullish falling wedge we have in place on the Dow, we could see a decent size up move. A 50% Fibonacci retracement would give us a bounce back up to that 12,700, 12,800 level, which is what we were looking for before we had that big sell-off on the jobs report. Double test on RSI under the 30 level as well as stochastic. So let's see if we can get some momentum building here on the market. S&P 500, same thing, same sort of setup. I mean, looking at the chart, if you step back, calling a bottom right now is more of a hold and hope. But the reason I'm looking at that is because I've seen some very nice bounce plays action. Traders actually buying stocks. Stocks actually moving. And this early stage move could be powered by a short cover rally. So that's what we're looking for as long as we don't get any bad news out of Europe. Stock plays, PSUN. Monster winner for us over the last couple of days. This one just broke out nicely from this flag formation, extended its move. If you're still riding your shares on this one, 182 is likely to offer pretty strong resistance. If it's able to get above that, you could be looking at a 2 level. At this stage, I would be looking to ride 20% max of your position, which means make sure you booked at least 80% gains on this one. If it goes more, so be it. This one running more would mean that the market is looking really, really good, and we could be setting up for some very nice plays. Now, quick mention on PSUN. One of the reasons we jumped into this stock a couple of days ago, other than the insider buying, was how strong it was last week in the face of that big sell-off we had in the market. And that goes back to the old rule. Strong stocks in a bad market you pay attention to when the market goes flat or tries to go green. They usually have big moves, and this is a classic example of that kind of chart action. Now, on the same note, a couple of disappointing plays today. CBK clothing store that we jumped into based on the run and piece on earnings after hours today. I was actually hoping that we would get a run into the earnings report given the substantial sell-off in this stock. I was really wrong. We stopped out with losses on this one. Yeah, we gave it a try. I'm still okay that we did try it. Granted, the fact that earnings were today probably should have stayed away from it. However, earnings are out of the way right now. I would keep an eye on this one for a possible 120 break to re-enter and try this one again in the coming days. Another stock that was a disappointment today was INVE. Picture perfect bottom action on this chart with its peers running AUTH. Nice consolidation over the last 3 days. Very nice volume today, and they beat the crap out of it and closed it on its lows. I'm really hoping for a bounce back on this one tomorrow, especially given a positive market. This one is very extended from its 20-day exponential. It will bounce, and it will bounce big. I'm hoping we did not enter this one early. Remains to be seen over the next couple of days, but this is probably one. Reminds me a lot of ACLS that we played a couple of weeks ago. We got into it a little early, continued to go lower, and then went boom, popped 20%. And actually, while we're on the ACLS chart right now, this is definitely one to keep an eye on. PopScan has some very nice setups here. This one could be very nice on a break of 115, 117, especially if this upward move in the markets actually comes to fruition. So definitely time to keep an eye on this one. CGR. Gold Place actually did very, very well today. JAG, which is one we called a week ago at $1.23 to $1.25 with a $1.40 target, went boom today, even with gold slightly up. So I'm hoping gold is slightly up again tomorrow because the gold charts are looking really, really good for these micro miners. This one, nice breakout going into the close, and it actually moved relatively easy, which we're starting to see on a lot of stocks over the last day, which is another reason why I flipped to a positive bias in this market. RSI trying to break 50. Stochastics looking nice on this one. 50-day moving average, 84 cents is a call-in. UPIP, we jumped into this one yesterday on the breakout, shakeout on the close, as is typical with the stock, and then went boom today. 250 is the next breakout on this one. I would be looking to add to my position on a break of 250 with stops at 245, 246. Next target would be a gap fill up to that 270 to 280 level. RSI breaking 50. Positive MACD cross likely tomorrow. Stochastics breaking up through 50. Very, very nice chart setup. And market willing, this could be a nice little mover. Hopefully like it was the last couple of times it went on a move in April and in early May. Last but not least, MDW, nice little Ranger gold play. 130 sets it free, 140, 145 target. Reason I like this one is because it's trapped in a little trading range between $1.18 and $1.30. So while you're sitting and waiting for this to move, you can pick up scalp positions and pick up a few cents here and there. But also, once it does finally break out, it should go pretty decently. So we've got a few stocks to keep an eye on. Looking to have a few more, especially if the market does shape up over the next couple of days. So if we follow that cyclical trend, June should be a good month into the earnings reports in July. So that's it for the video. Any questions, shoot me an email, feedback, buysellshort.com or .net, and I will see you guys in the chat room tomorrow. Good night.